I think that 12 Monkeys, in a lot of ways, still exists in the conversation because it managed to do something that is incredibly difficult to do, which is take the timeline and the time frame of time travel and like take that, and whilst continuing to make that logistically make sense and make sure it all lines up, which is incredibly difficult to do, you created these beautiful emotional stories for your cast members who were phenomenal. So what comes first in a situation like that? The emotional arcs of your characters or the time travel aspect? And how did you bridge that?
That's such a, well, thank you for saying all that. It would depend. It would depend on, because sometimes you come at it from a character point of view that's as simple as, let me go back. The question you always get when you make a time travel thing is like, where would you go if you could travel back in time, right? And everybody's like, I'd go see dinosaurs, or I'd go to the future, right? And that's your first instinct. But if you really had like one jump, the answer is going to be something emotional. Like you're probably going to go back to a moment in time in which you could tell somebody you love them, or you didn't, or undo a thing that is very specifically emotionally tied to who you are. So that is like, time travel only really works when it's emotional. Back to the Future, like what you're just talking about, it's about a guy who's got to get his parents to fall in love. Like, and you're just like, how do you not root for that? And then
high
when
stakes.
Like, it's so high stakes. And then when that kiss happens on that dance floor, like it's the perfect movie. Even though his mom is trying to have sex with him through half of it, but it's
totally fine. That's just a side story.
It's totally fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine.
It's so funny when you're like, when we saw it, it kind of just, you kind of realize it, but you kind of like goes over your head. And now when you watch it now, you're like, wow, we were just okay with that.
It's true. We were like, oh, great. This is fun.
So you can start there. But then sometimes it's like, well, what if you had to go back to the same place 4 times and there's 3 different versions of you running around and you just come at it from the sci-fi point of view of it. So it was that. And it was also trying to there hadn't really ever been, at least that I know of, like a time travel war where there'd be multiple time travelers working against each other. And so you got to ask yourself, what's the motivation behind that? And that usually is also behind like, you're not going to, the future sucks, but I live in it with my kid and I'm not going to let you erase my kid.
Right.
And so to build that relationship, you have to have a strong thing too. So there really was no one way. We had an extraordinary writing writer's room that really got along. It took a minute. Season 1, there was a lot of, I think from the network, like the movie, do the Bruce Willis movie, do the thing. And there's not a lot. The show that wasn't 12 Monkeys, I had actually written a script called Splinter with my writing partner, Travis Fick at the time. And it got turned into 12 Monkeys once it got sent around town. Atlas was like, we've been trying to crack this. It's kind of like 12 Monkeys. We think you did. And I was like, sure. I mean, this is one of my favorite films of all time. But I think in season 1, they were a little afraid of too much time travel. Like even nowadays, there's not a lot of time travel on the air because people just get lost or it doesn't work. We were in a unique thing where because of Battlestar Galactica, they were ready to go harder
Same
with
network
sci-fi.
For people that don't know.
Yes, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I remember they had passed on it twice actually before they made it.
Really?
Yeah, and the third time I went in, I said, I want to do for time travel what Battlestar did for the space opera kind of thing. And then I think it started to click for them. But yeah, it was an extraordinary show with the cast, and we all still talk every day. It's kind of amazing, like you all do.